Hello everyone, it's me Sana again, and today we are going to continue making spooky videos for everyone's entertainment. I am glad to be back, and I really hope you will enjoy. I'm going to read you a few spooky Reddit stories for your enjoyment, and yeah, let's get into it. Are you ready? Oh, glitches in the Matrix are my favorite ones. I think they spook me out. They are like from stories from regular life that sometimes things are out of place. And what else is scarier than the unknown and the out of place, right? Anyways, I got confused by my own thoughts. Bonk bonk bonk. I am yapping too much. Let's start. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited. A parallel life awoken by a lamp. Throwaway account, cause this is really personal. Save my monster first. I love this monster. My last semester at a certain college, I was assaulted by a football player for walking where he was trying to drive. Note, he was 325 lbs while I was 120 pounds? Sorry, this is too American for me. What's lbs? Bug me. I am dumb. Bonk, bonk, bonk. While unconscious on the ground, I lived a different life. I met a wonderful young lady. She made my heart skip and my face red. I pursued her for months and dispatched a few jerk boyfriends before I finally won her over. After 2 years, we got married, and almost immediately she bore me a daughter. Oh, that's so cute. It sounds like a good romantic story. Where's the scary part here? I had a great job, and my wife didn't have to work outside of the house. When my daughter was 2, my wife, bore me a son. My son was the joy of my life. I would walk into his room every morning before I left for work and doted on him and my daughter. One day, while sitting on the couch, I noticed that the perspective of the lamp was odd, like intertwined. It was still in 3D, but just wrong. It was a square lamp base, red with gold trim on 4 legs and a white square shade. It was transfixed. I couldn't look away. I stayed up all night staring at it. The next morning I didn't go to work. Something was just not right about this lamp. I stopped eating. I left the couch only to use the bathroom at first. Soon I stopped at 2. I wasn't eating or drinking. I stared at the fucking lamp for 3 days before my wife got really worried. She had someone to come and try to talk to me. By the time my cognizance was breaking up and my wife was freaking out, she took the kids to her mother's house before I had an epiphany. The lamp was not real. The house was not real. My wife, my kids, none of that was real. The last 10 years of my life are not fucking real. The lamp started to grow wider and deeper. It was still intertwined with dimensions. It took up my entire perspective, and all I could see was red. I heard voices, screams, all kinds of weird noises, and became aware of pain. The fucking shit ton of pain. The first words I said were, "I'm missing my teeth," and I opened my eyes. I was laying on my back on the sidewalk, surrounded by people I didn't know. Lots were freaking out. I was completely confused. Oh damn, this is sad. And really scary. I don't know what I would do in a situation like this. Did he wake up from that coma? Oh, I used to have dreams previously where I met a bunch of people and made friends with them. And I just woke up. I didn't really contemplate too much. Maybe I should be a more contemplative person. But I don't really think too deeply about things, you know. I don't really like philosophy and all that. But spooky things like spooky stories and the paranormal fascinate me. I would say, is that a special interest? I don't know, maybe. I used to be really obsessed with spooky things, so I watched paranormal videos endlessly and read paranormal stories. And I was really into it. I believe in ghosts, 100%. 100%. I believe in aliens, 100%. Do I think aliens have visited Earth? Yes, I believe that. Is that crazy? Maybe. Am I crazy? Maybe. End of tangent here. End of tangent. At some point, a cop scooped me up, dragged and walked me across the sidewalk and the grass, and threw me face down in the back of a cop car. I was still confused. I was taken to the hospital by the cop. Seems he didn't want to wait for the ambulance to arrive and give CT scans and shit. I went through about 3 years of a horrid depression. I was grieving the loss of my wife and children and dealing with the knowledge that they never existed. I was scared that I was going insane and I would cry myself to sleep hoping I would see her in my dreams. I never have, but sometimes I see my son, usually just a glimpse of a peripheral vision. He is perpetually 5 years old and I can never hear what he says. A few have asked if they can write a book, screenplay, stage play, rage comic, etc., etc. Please consider this tale as an open source and have fun with it. Oh, he's so nice. What would I do? Draw a comic? I am already too busy with a bunch of drawings and drawing my VTuber. My new VTuber is taking every single part of my time. Let's read some of the comments, maybe we find something interesting. When I was younger, probably around 5 years old, I woke up from my bed and we had a long hallway to the kitchen from my bedroom. To the right at the end of the hallway there was the living room. I looked over at my dad who was playing with my dog Fred, Boxer dog, but I immediately knew he wasn't my dad. The man smiled at me and looked similar, and then I heard my dad yelling at the TV from the basement. The Ravens game was playing. I looked back and the man was gone. I ran to the basement and there was my dad. I got older when looking through the pictures. I realized the man I saw was my grandfather who passed away when my dad was 16. I think he was just stopping by to say hello and let me know that he's here. My mom told me I was probably still sleeping, but I never had a problem with sleepwalking. It's possibility still, but it only happened that one time and never happened again. I would question my reality. Did anything like that? I never saw ghosts. I only saw like shadows from my peripheral vision, but that could be explained scientifically. I don't think those were ghosts. I actually went through something similar. My parents usually used to put me to sleep at 8 or so by laying next to me until I fall asleep. But as a 5-year-old, I had learned acting enough for them to leave the room and leave me alone. So that night my father put me to sleep and left. I woke up to read or think and all. I was a bit anxious those days because my mother was not doing well. She was sad, crying, and in general in a bad shape. After a while, my grandpa walked in and told me a story, sang me a song, gave me a kiss, and said, "You are okay now," and put me to sleep for real this time. Next day, I asked my mother about my grandpa, and she said she will be living with my mother and brother for a while now. Guys, she had died 15 days back in a car accident, and I was in that car too, with her in the back. In the ICU, when she had gained consciousness, she had asked if I was okay moments before passing away. She never got to know if I was okay. I got to know the full story by then when I grew up. I still cannot believe it that interaction was legit or last ever because it was real. It felt real. The thought of it gives me chills. Okay, some say too bad he didn't have an update. Sounds like a good story. Yes, it was a great story. I wanna watch a movie like that. Yeah, it's total bullshit. He made 2 replies. One was that he was going to ask his dad about it, but he couldn't because his dad had a bronchitis. Bronchitis. And the next one is about how he has an update, but he can't say because he's going to a meeting. This is Chronos communication. I take the time to post about the meeting instead of just posting after the meeting. Then he never posted again. The story was intriguing, but now I'm convinced that it's fabricated. I would rate this a good story, 10 out of 10, but I am not sure I believe it, so. Do I believe things like this happen to the brain? Yes, absolutely. Near-death experiences? I totally believe these people experience real things that they experience when they are nearing death or went through like a very traumatic, just an overall confusing event. Their experiences seem real and I never want to deny that. But I think it's totally scientific. There needs to be more research done on the brain. Do I think it's paranormal? No. I think it's a brain doing brain things. What I think. But this seems like just a story, and that's all to it. And it's a really exciting story. Don't get me wrong, but just a story. I don't believe it is. Post-it notes left in an apartment. Ooh. On the 15th of April, I found a yellow post-it note in a handwriting that wasn't mine on my desk, reminding me of some errands I had to do, but told literally nobody about it. While odd, I chalked it up to something I did in my sleep, thinking maybe in my half-awake state I scrawled it so it didn't appear to be my handwriting. I threw it out, thought the title of it. I threw it out and thought little of it. On the 19th, I found another post-it note on the back of my desk chair, in the same handwriting as the previous note, telling me to make sure I saved my documents. I was freaked out, but there was no other signs of a break-in, so I set up a webcam in my house and aimed at my desk, and used a security cam app for it to record after detecting movement. Setting cameras up here in your house is a little... I already talked about this. It makes me feel vulnerable. I personally wouldn't do it. It makes me feel so vulnerable. I'm scared that someone will hack into those cameras and see me doing my personal things in my life. So, yeah. But personally, I would be scared too. Like post-it notes everywhere. I would deadass think it's a ghost. I believe in ghosts. I would, or a sign from God or the universe, whatever you believe in. On the 18th, I woke up to find another post-it note, this one saying, "Our landlord isn't letting me talk to you, but it's important that we do." I immediately checked the webcams folder on my computer and found nothing from the night before, but my computer's recycling bin had been emptied, which I am certain I did not do recently, indicating someone has noticed the webcam and deleted the files. They were just saved straight to the folder on my desktop called webcam. Oh shit, that's actually illegal. Someone is actually that sounds criminal. Actually criminal. Today on the 1st of May, I found another post-it note, this time outside of my door. Nothing written on it, and there also appeared to be a post-it on many other doors in my apartment complex, all blank in varying colors. Maybe this person might be an artist. Maybe if you follow the post-it note, you might find an artwork. Let me just sip my monster. I love this monster. Do I have any legal recourse here? I have no proof except for post-its, but those are written by my pen and on my post-it notes. So conceivably, I could have faked them. Would contacting the police get me into any trouble if they can determine an outside source for it? I just want to make sure I'm not wasting anyone's time. Edit. I pulled up a letter I received from my landlord back when I moved in, and the handwriting is identical. Could this count as evidence? Imagine if... Do I get this one right? Maybe you think that you wrote them and you don't remember? I would be so panicked if that happened. I would assume that I have like a dissociative identity disorder if the handwriting is a similar kind of situation. That's weird. Would that freak me out? A little. I would definitely contact a mental health professional to check if I have DID or something. Cause that sounds like it. But like, you have to make sure if it's not a criminal case, right? Oh, there's an update. Update. Thanks to everyone who sent suggestions. And gave advice on how to proceed. Prostate? Oh, that's a different word. Especially to those who recommended a CO detector, because when I plugged one in the bedroom, it read 100 ppm. Here I had CO poisoning and I thought my landlord was talking. Oh shit! I didn't know CO can do that to you! Oh my god, these commanders are so smart. Seriously, you had significant low-level CO poisoning to the point where you have a memory impairment? Wow, this is not at all where I was expecting this story to go. So, you wrote to yourself a bunch of post-it notes and forgot them because of the CO poisoning. Wow! I did not expect this. I did not expect this. I would have died. without these comments telling it's a seal poisoning, I would not have ever expected this. I would have thought I just have a mental health crisis. Yes, the notes were real. I did write them and I forgot them. As for there being notes on all the doors, I went so far to put the notes on my neighbor's door, but not much further than that. I wrote all sorts of nonsense with other notes and letters. I tried to compare it to another document, but it got confused. For example, I picked up a typed document, and sure enough, next to that, most handwritten documents look pretty similar. I also set up a webcam by placing it on the shelf, downloading a camera app to my phone, and making a folder on my desktop called webcam, and made it into a photo library in the folder. I freaked out when the folder was empty. Update, I'm currently living with my relatives while getting this sorted out. They've already contacted my neighbors too. Thought it seems so far the issue was only in my apartment. In building parking appears to seem to have the issue. I was directly above the garage. Oh, that's so sad. It seemed to have been a horrible accident. Like I said, I would have died. I wouldn't have noticed. I would have died. These people on Reddit actually saved a man's life. Thank you, Reddit. There is no reason to think I won't be at 99 or 100% better in another 6 months. I almost said SAS! 99 or SAS% better. My inner Hungarian came out. I'm so happy. I'm happy. I've been getting a lot of PMs regarding my legal situation, and I've been advised not to discuss it online as yet, as it's still ongoing. I can say that, legally speaking, things are really looking great for me, and in the meantime, I've had a really lovely place to stay, a very understanding boyfriend, and I've been making art, a field I wanted to get into but never would if it not for the incident. But I never would if it wasn't for the incident. I will say though, I use a Moleskine notebook daily planner thing now. I do keep busy, important for my mental health. I'm kind of done with the post-it notes for a while. Yeah, a lot of post-it notes can be really hard to keep track of. I personally just use a journal. But for others, my journal could be a little confusing because I just write everything in a book. And my handwriting is not that pretty, so it might be pretty unreadable to many people. I hope if I die, my family and friends can have to laugh at my journal, because I wrote some funny jokes in. Is that too morbid to say? I don't know, you just have to be prepared. You can die at any time, you know. You just want to leave something. And that something for me is a journal and some sketchbooks. Guys, I think that's all for today. I tune in next time because we are going to maybe read more scary stories or do a reaction and have some fun together, you know. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye. Bye bye.